Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A 54-year-old man is gunned down in Rockford while canvassing neighborhoods for his church. The suspect on the run is 15 years old.
Illinois' governor is set to give his budget address later this week. Many lawmakers, including Democrats, wonder if it will include scaled-back spending.
And gas prices continue to drop in the state line. The reason you shouldn't get too used to it. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
Police issue an arrest warrant for a 15-year-old in a weekend murder. On Saturday, just before noon, Rockford police were called out to 7th Avenue near 9th Street. They found a man shot to death in his car.
The victim was 54-year-old Miguel Perez. According to witnesses, he was shot waiting in his car while family members and friends knocked on neighbors' doors. The family are Jehovah's Witnesses. Jess Lipson spoke to someone who lives in that area. Jess, what were you able to gather?
Eric and Mimi, I spoke with Jerry Peterson, who said this startled many of the neighbors. Something he also emphasized was gun violence in the area is nothing new.
This is not the first time I've heard gunfire around here. I have bullet holes in my house. It's terrifying.
Those bullet holes are not in relation to the shooting over the weekend. However, longtime Rockford resident Jerry Peterson wants to emphasize he's seen it before.
This town has become ridiculous. I've seen LA 13 gang graffiti on that building over here on the stop sign years ago. I've known of murder by knife across the park. Every month around here, I hear gunfire.
Witnesses say 54-year-old Miguel Perez was in his car as he waited for his family. They're Jehovah's Witnesses who were knocking on doors. This has caused concern for Peterson and other neighbors who may be worried about something like sitting in their car during the day. Peterson says that if danger continues, he may be forced to live elsewhere.
I'm thinking about it. I've lived here 19 years. I've seen a lot of things that shouldn't be happening if people would have more consideration for others.
The 15-year-old suspect is still on the run. If you know any information, call the Rockford Police or Rockford Area Crime Stoppers. Eric?
Thanks, Jess. A Rockford woman's arrested after she's accused of hitting someone with her car. Police were called to 11th Street near Reed Avenue early Sunday morning for reports of a woman hit by a vehicle. Witnesses told officers a fight broke out between several women in a parking lot. According to investigators, 23-year-old Danielle Eskelson got into her car and hit a 24-year-old woman. The victim was taken to a local hospital. She is expected to be okay. Police found Eskelson a short time later and took her into custody. She's charged with aggravated battery. 3 teenagers, including a 15-year-old, are arrested for various gun charges. Police were called Saturday night to Riverside Boulevard for reports of several people with guns. Right before officers got there, the subjects took off in a vehicle. When police caught up to them, investigators say the group ran off. 19-year-old Kevon Tillman Jackson, 18-year-old Corian Sykes, and a 15-year-old girl were all taken into custody. According to police, officers found 2 guns inside the vehicle. The 15-year-old is charged with aggravated unlawful use of a weapon and aggravated assault. Jackson is charged with resisting arrest. Sykes faces resisting arrest and attempting to disarm police officer charges.
8 people are hurt after a man driving a U-Haul truck plowed into pedestrians in Brooklyn. Police say the truck drove onto the sidewalk, hitting people. 2 of the victims now remain in critical condition and 2 others are in serious. New York City police chased the truck for miles through the borough and stopped it near the entrance to a tunnel connecting Brooklyn and Manhattan.
Behind us is a U-Haul truck stopped successfully by the NYPD, ending a violent rampage through Brooklyn.
Police say 1 person is now in custody and there are no connections to any kind of terrorist organizations at this time. The investigation continues.
In Illinois, people in jail have their voting rights taken away. Once they serve their sentence, they can exercise their civic duty. But a bill lawmakers are considering aims to change that. Under the proposal, anyone behind bars or convicted of a felony would have their voting rights restored 14 days after their conviction. Right now, people who are on parole or probation can register to vote and cast a ballot. People released from jail have to re-register before they can vote again. But this bill would also allow people released from jail temporarily and those out on a work release to vote. Supporters say people in jail shouldn't have their right to vote taken away.
I don't think that when they're convicted, they signed up to lose all their rights. And if we want people to be full citizens when they come out of prison, they should be able to be involved in the political process while they're incarcerated.
Jails would have to provide inmates with applications to vote by mail, to register to vote, and other election material. If this proposal passes, it would go into effect June 1st.
Governor J.B. Pritzker is preparing to give his budget address this week. It will be the first of his second term. The governor has hinted that he'll be focusing heavily on education in his second term. But even some top Democrats are advising against increasing spending this year. They're worried about potential economic problems in the near future.
What we don't want to see is, frivolous spending, right? We don't want to see spending for new programs that might not be proven or tested programs that end up being added to the budget year to year.
Now Republicans have a few asks of their own for the speech. Tomorrow they'll begin a push for utility bill relief being a part of this year's budget.
Gas prices in the Forest City drop for the second straight week as gas fell almost 7 cents. That brings the average price to $3.48. According to Gas Buddy, the cheapest gas station was selling for $3.25. Most expensive was $3.79. On average, gasoline prices rose between 35 and 85 cents per gallon between March and Memorial Day. Drivers should enjoy the declines, analysts say, while the drops last.
Democrats and Republicans vow to take action to better protect kids using social media.
Tomorrow, the Senate will hold a hearing to discuss the issue. Raquel Martin shows us one proposal includes banning young people from the platforms.
Washington is gearing up to take on big tech.
Stop big tech from collecting personal data on our kids.
This week, senators will hold a hearing to do just that. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say regulations protecting children's privacy online are overdue.
Parents should be able to go to big tech and say, give me everything you have of my kids and delete it.
Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley says that's just the start. He's also pushing legislation to ban kids from social media until they're 16.
Force the social media companies to actually verify the age. This would be a tremendous help to parents.
And he wants to ban TikTok altogether. Sunday on ABC's This Week, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said Congress is also examining how that platform could pose a national security threat.
It's something that should be looked at. We do know there's Chinese ownership of the company that owns TikTok.
This is not the first time lawmakers have promised to crack down on social media giants. In 2021, a Facebook whistleblower revealed internal studies linking increased thoughts of suicide and depression among young people with time spent on Instagram. Right now, most social media sites require users be at least 13. But the U.S. Surgeon General is now recommending parents keep children off social media even longer. Tuesday, lawmakers will hear from parents and mental health professionals to determine the best way forward. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Nearly 250,000 students across 21 states are unaccounted for within the education system.
That's according to an analysis by the Associated Press and officials with Stanford University. Data show the missing 230,000 students did not move out of state, nor did they sign up for private school or homeschooling. Their absence has created a drop in enrollment, and that means a cut in funding from federal, state, and local governments. Education professionals are calling for an investigation into which children have left the system and why.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Oh, it felt great to be outside once again as temperatures today made it into the upper 40s and low 50s. Very spring-like here for our mid-February afternoon. We've got that clear sky. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera out in Freeport. Going to be a beautiful sunset this evening. While our temperatures will drop back, they won't fall quite as fast as we hold on to a breeze that'll turn a little more to the south later tonight. This will keep our temperatures in the low 30s for the overnight. We're currently in the 40s right now at 45 in Freeport, 40 47 in Rockford, 46 in Rochelle, DeKalb, same thing down in Sterling. Temperatures tonight will drop down to about 32. We'll maintain a mostly clear sky. We will see a little cloud cover work in for the start of tomorrow. Those clouds, the result of an area of low pressure. You can kind of pick out that counterclockwise spin here on satellite and radar over the southwest. This will work to our west, so it brings us rainfall for tomorrow. So the sunshine we've had here these last couple of days fades away to one more cloud cover and then two, rainfall during the afternoon and evening tomorrow. But our temperatures should still be able to manage the upper 40s, but we are going to add a little more wind to that tomorrow evening. Winds could be gusting close to 35 miles per hour, and they'll stay fairly strong Tuesday night into Wednesday. So as we put this all together with Futurecast, here's that cloud cover moving in for tomorrow. I do think we'll see some sunshine at least early Tuesday, but then that cloud cover will thicken up. We are dry through about 11, 12 o'clock. During that time, we'll start to see a couple of light showers begin to move in from the southwest. Initially starting off light, that'll take us into the early afternoon. Notice a lot of this is scattered, but as we get after sunset, or at least close to it, we'll start to see a little more steady rainfall move in. I don't think at any one point this will be overly heavy, but that will probably have an impact for that late afternoon and evening commute tomorrow. So just know that there will be that rainfall coming down. We'll see a little bit of a break as we get closer towards the midnight hour, and then a couple of lighter showers possible going into very early Wednesday as that cold front kind of passes through. But our winds will still stay from the west, so we don't really have a drop in our temperatures. Cold front will then stall out and kind of be the driving force and dictator for our next low pressure system that'll move in during the first half of Thursday. So let's talk about our wind, because the wind is going to pick up as that low pressure system strengthens. That wind field around it will also increase. In fact, wind advisories that were affected here across much of the plains in the Midwest as winds will really kind of increase with that low pressure system. As I mentioned, our winds gusting in as we go throughout the afternoon tomorrow. Winds will start to pick up through the afternoon, coming in from the south at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. But as we get towards tomorrow evening, you've got those 35 mile per hour wind gusts. I think winds will actually get a little stronger very early Wednesday. So Wednesday morning, winds could be gusting close to 40 miles per hour before they subside just a bit. Here's that cold front that comes through tomorrow. This stalls out. We'll likely see a decent temperature spread along that, but as that low pressure system moves along that front, I think we have the chance, at least for some of us, to see some snowfall here as we look into Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. Kind of depends on the track of that system. Behind that, guys, look at our temperatures. They drop into the 20s after we've had a few days of the 40s, but it's short-lived because we are right back in the 40s for the weekend.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Major League Baseball teams will start reporting for spring training this week. They'll be adjusting to some major changes: a pitch clock, larger bases, and no more drastic defensive shifts. One thing that's not changing is the extra inning ghost runner. The MLB Competition Committee has decided to make that permanent. That's when teams begin extra innings with a runner on second base. It was an attempt to prevent lengthy extra inning games that started during COVID, and it worked. The last 3 years with ghost runners in place, only 7 games total lasted 13 innings or more. Also this year, we'll see fewer positional players being brought in to pitch when games get out of hand. In the past, there had to be only a 6-run difference in the score for a team to put in, say, an outfielder on the mound to mop up. Now there has to be a 10-run difference. As I said, spring training camp's going to open this week. Pitchers and catchers for the White Sox and Cubs will report on Wednesday. Position players report a week from today. Several players are already in Arizona working out on their own. Now the Bulls will hit the court tonight at the United Center. They'll host the Magic. The Bulls have lost their last 3 games. Purdue's loss to Northwestern yesterday has given the national rankings a new look. Alabama is the new #1 team. Houston is second. Purdue drops to third. UCLA and Kansas round out the top 5. Northwestern and Illinois just missed out on the top 25. Girls postseason tournament basketball amps up tonight and tomorrow night locally. Some of the best action tonight is going to play out at the Class 4A Rockford East Regional. Nick 10 champion Hononegah will play Auburn, and Harlem will face Hampshire. Another standout high school bowler from our area is headed to Rock Valley College. Harlem senior Jamarion Simmons signed with RVC today. Last week, Hononegah seniors Logan Moore and Christian Bauer signed with RVC. Simmons helped the Huskies finish second in the state last year and win a national championship. This year, the Huskies took 4th in the state. Simmons also finished second in the state individually last year.
Well, I'm excited. I can't tell you the emotions that I've been going through lately, but I've been waiting for this day for so long. I've been dreaming about this for so long, too. I'm happy to go once again to another championship-winning program and continue building that success.
Simmons will study political science in college. He hopes to be the governor of Illinois one day. I won't be surprised at all if he is. He has an electric personality.
The First Warning Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Clear skies tonight. Watch for some rain to move in tomorrow afternoon.
All right, thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.